The angel who loved too much and fell. Once, in a kingdom beyond the clouds, there lived an angel named Liora. She was not like the other angels who spent their days singing hymns or watching over the stars. Liora had a heart too big for heaven. She loved deeply, fiercely, and without limit. The other angels often warned her, saying, "Liora, love is a gift, but too much of it can be a burden." But Liora only smiled and replied, "How can love ever be wrong?" One day, as she floated near the edge of heaven, she heard a sound unlike any other, a human weeping. Far below, in the world of mortals, a young man named Elias sat by a river, his face buried in his hands. His sorrow echoed up through the skies, and Liora's heart ached. Without thinking, she spread her wings and descended. When Elias looked up and saw her, his tears stopped. "Are you real?" he whispered. Liora nodded and sat beside him. "Why do you cry?" she asked. Elias told her of his loneliness, of how the world had been cruel to him, how he had lost everything he cared for. Liora listened, and with every word she felt her heart grow heavier. She had never known such pain, but she wanted to take it from him. So she stayed. Days turned into weeks. Liora would visit Elias every evening, bringing him small comforts, a song, a kind word, the warmth of her presence. Slowly, Elias began to smile again. But the other angels noticed Liora's long absences. "You are neglecting your duties," they told her. "The stars dim without your touch, and the prayers of the faithful go unanswered." Liora hesitated. She loved her home in the heavens, but she also loved Elias. Torn between two worlds, she made a choice. One night, as the moon shone bright, she returned to Elias and said, "I cannot leave you. I wish to stay by your side always." Elias's eyes filled with wonder and fear. "But you are an angel," he said. "If you stay here, what will become of you?" Liora did not answer, because she already knew. Angels were not meant to walk the earth forever. Their light faded without the breath of heaven. But she could not bear the thought of leaving him alone again. So she folded her wings and let them wither. The moment her last feather touched the ground, the sky above rumbled. A voice, ancient and sorrowful, spoke from the clouds. "Liora, you have chosen love over duty. For this you must fall." And so she did. Her golden hair turned dark, her radiant glow dimmed, and her feet, once weightless, now pressed into the earth. She was no longer an angel, but something in between, a being of love, but bound to mortal sorrow. Elias wept, begging the heavens to take him instead. But the sky was silent. Years passed. Liora never regained her wings, but she never regretted her choice. She and Elias built a life together, finding joy in small things, the sound of rain, the laughter of children, the warmth of a shared glance. But every night, as she lay beside him, she would look up at the stars and remember the home she had left behind. One evening, as an old woman, Liora closed her eyes for the last time. Elias held her hand, his tears falling like the rain she once loved. But as her last breath faded, something miraculous happened. The room filled with light, and from the heavens descended a single white feather. It landed gently on her chest, and suddenly her wings, brighter than ever, unfurled once more. The voice from the sky spoke again, but this time it was gentle. "Liora, you loved too much and fell, but love is never wasted. Welcome home." And with that, she was gone, leaving behind only warmth and the memory of a love that had been worth every sacrifice. Elias lived the rest of his days in peace, knowing that somewhere beyond the stars, Liora was watching over him, not as an angel who had fallen, but as one who had loved, and in the end had been lifted up again. The end.